sail with us on our classic Whitby 42 Ketch from Bali to Lombok's Secret Gilis Islands, where we discover what quickly becomes one of our absolute favourite areas in all of Indonesia. It's so good we will be going back to spend a lot more time there. This is Indonesia, Australia's near neighbour, yet with many parts that feel as remote as anywhere on Earth. This nation of over 17,000 islands, a melting pot of 1,300 distinct ethnic groups and cultures, is where we plan to explore. Transportation methods can be limited in these far-flung places, but we have our Dreamtime, not only our means of travel, but also our floating home. We invite you to sail along with us on our 41-year-old Ketch as we set out on an adventure of a lifetime. Welcome to Season 4, Dreamtime in Indonesia. It's a lovely morning in Ahmed today. We're not up all that early, but we've only got a little bit over 30 miles to do over to Gili Asahan over at just off the southwest coast of Lombok. Currently we've got about 12-14 knots of breeze that's coming straight off the land here, so if that stays consistent we might have a nice sail across there today. We'll just find out what we've got when we get round into the Lombok Strait. Just a reef mizzen again, just to be a little conservative. Well, thank you, Ahmed. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So what do you remember of Ahmed?
Food.
Food and bintangs.
Nice pool.
Yeah.
Your friends, they were really nice.
Skipper's update.
Okay, the wind. Oh, there isn't any. We are motoring at 6.1 and our wind gauge is showing 5.7 knots of apparent. In other words, there's probably a couple of knots on the beam, which, because we're motoring into it, is now around 60 odd degrees. We've got current with us, so we're still doing 6.5 knots. And what a changeable day, because going around the point at Bali itself, bang, bang, bang into steep, short, sharp swell over here. It's all flat and calm, nothing much happening, and we should be anchoring up over at Lombok at 12:30. All very casual on our Dreamtime.
So casual. Anthony's laying back.
It's about as casual as you can get.
So we stayed an extra day at Ahmed because just as the world happens, when we sailed from Lavina, or motor sailed from Lavina down to Ahmed, there were a couple of people sitting in a resort up near Tumbolton, and they went, "Oh, look at that boat punching into the waves and head on in the wind. Isn't it a bit silly to be out there in those conditions?" And then those same people, Hans and Andrea, that sailed with us as part of the Greek Sails flotillas back in 2018, I think it was, they went, "That looks like Robin Curran's boat." We haven't seen them since 2018, and they just happened to be having a dive holiday on this part of Bali and saw us sail past. Sent us a message, and we delayed our departure from Ahmed, and they slipped the 30 minutes down the coast, and we had a lovely afternoon and evening with dinner and everything, and a great catch up.
Yeah, when they were doing the flotilla, they were one of the couples that we got on brilliantly. What a story, huh? Yeah. What a story.
So it was absolutely brilliant to catch up with them. They're living in Qatar, and Hans, Andrea, and their daughter Tess, she was 11 when we saw her on the Greek Sails flotilla. She's now 16 and cowering above Karen, and actually as tall as I am. It's really wonderful, and just one of those unexpected occurrences that can happen when you travel. Leave it to the port side so we blow over it. Reverse. We have just picked up a mooring at Gili Asahan. It's an island just off the Lombok coast, right down on the southwest corner. Yeah, southwest corner. Looks absolutely beautiful. We've never been down this part of the world before, but there's a little village here that they've put out a number of moorings for yachts, and it's like $5 a day to use the moorings. So why not support the local economy?
Exactly. They say that they're well serviced, and
they look strong. Yeah. The mooring itself looks absolutely fine, so I've got no concerns about that.
There are pearl farms all the way around us, so maybe Rob can buy me lots of pearls.
No, you've got diamonds.
I don't have them anymore either.
Yes, you do. Yeah, so it was an interesting sail across the Lombok Strait. It's one of the busiest sea lanes in Asia, in actual fact. All of traffic going from China, Japan, etc. Well, most of that traffic heading to Australia and back comes down between Lombok and Bali.
Oh, so at one stage I counted that there were 30 boats in transit, so 30 ships, not boats. Ships.
So it gave us a little bit of...
Plus ferries going across.
Yeah, plus the ferries.
Yeah.
So it gave us a little bit of ducking, dodging and weaving and slowing down or speeding up to pick our gaps across the traffic separation lanes, as they call them. So we are over here now. We've got no real plan. We just wanted to get back to Lombok and get down to this particular area of Lombok. Friends Liz from the Sailing Shall Follow the Boat.
Liz and Jamie.
Yeah, well, Liz was. We had a
catch up with Liz.
A bentang up at
or two.
A bentang or two, in actual fact, up at Medina Bay Marina, and she said that this area is her favourite part of Lombok. So we really wanted to come down and do a bit of exploring here. We've just arrived. We've got no idea what we'll find, but we'll do a bit of research. The beach behind us looks lovely. We're going to...
Beaches all around us, actually.
How was that?
Extraordinary.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh, there was thousands of little ones there, and I think, where's Karen? What a wonderful do that for? Well, maybe hundreds. I don't know, hundreds or thousands. Oh, and I swam through a school of fish back there. Oh,
Magnificent, isn't it?
have I got the circle of confidence like you?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go get some lunch at the Italian, right?
Oh, I think we deserve it.
How about a bottle of wine as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like this little toast.
They say that the definition of cruising is fixing things in exotic locations. Well, you don't get too much more exotic than this, just off the island of Lombok. Our tinny too has been taking in a little bit of water, basically, yeah, since Australia. but the rate that we've been getting that leak in has kind of increased over the last couple of weeks. So here at Asahan, this beautiful little island with nice white sand beaches, perfect opportunity to empty it out, bringing it in on the beach, tip it upside down and have a look. And yep, we found where it had a previous repair before we bought it. We bought it second hand. It's got a little crack there. So we've got some really high quality above or below waterline sealant. We've cleaned it up with a bit of sandpaper. We'll whack the sealant on it, let it set for a few hours, and hopefully we'll have a dry tinny too again. As you can see, we didn't spare the sealant because, well, we're not going to try and keep the tube anyway. It was probably close to its use by date and had gone a little bit thick and viscous. So we cut it open and applied it with a scraper, but man, it is setting like concrete. So we'll give it a few hours in the warm sunshine here, and we hopefully will have a dry interior on our dinghy.
So a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's still a little soft where it was quite thick. So we're in no rush. We'll just let it sit in the sun and bake and cure a bit more. I think it'll be fine, but the reality is we can just leave it in the sun for a couple of hours. We'll go and make some water on board and then come back and relaunch her.
Good. And Anthony's in his hat.
Got him.
Such a sexy hat, Anthony.
The Arthur Dunga look, perfected. With Tinny 2 belly up on the beach, we used our kayak and paddleboard to get back to our Dreamtime. And of course, with 2 boats on the water, it's a race.
Okay, winners! Chicken dinner! Woo! I'm cooking the chicken dinner.
That's Trade Runner, Vernon Deck's boat from Sailing Learning by Doing YouTube channel. He's got it here with Adi, our local man ashore, keeping an eye on it, as he's currently back in France as his partner Marie is about to give birth. And by the time this episode comes out on YouTube, he will be a father and he'll be back on board. Because as you know, our YouTubes do not run in real time. We record as we go, but only produce 1 episode a fortnight. So we slip behind until we stay somewhere stationary and get all our catch up done. Cheers everyone, and thanks so much for watching all the way through the video. That's a huge help to let YouTube's mysterious algorithm know that people enjoy the episode and it should be recommended to other people. So thanks again. Catch us next time as we sail to another of the Secret Gilis and spend some time at Marina del Rey, where we'll give you a good look over all the facilities. Then it's time for some island hopping. First stop, the delightful little island of Gili Asahan. And then we head north to Lombok's more famous Gilis for a few days on the hugely popular Gili Air. If you haven't already subscribed, that's also a very helpful thing for us. And while you're there, click the bell button so you don't miss any of our episodes. Lastly, a massive thank you to those that have provided extra support by joining our Dreamtime Sail virtual crew through Ko-fi or Patreon. You're the guys and girls who float our boat and keep us motivated.
Was that? Or is it this?
Now getting along very nicely at about 5 knots on flat seas. We've only got about 7 knots of winds, and Yeah, with just a staysail, main and reefed mizzen, we're still getting along at 5 knots.